What you see here is a composite of a home that we did an extensive remodel and room addition on last year. Over on the left-hand side, this area of the house was built back in the 90s. The area on the right was built around the year 2000 or 2001. So you see this old photograph taken in 1996 of the original house. And in 2002, they had built that wing over on the right. So this is what we start with, but there's several things about this house that we need to correct. First of all, on the left-hand side, the main entrance is through that porch on the left. It's off-center with the house. There is no master suite on the house. The kitchen is in the front, and we don't want the kitchen in the front, and we need to move that entrance over to the center of the house. The reason why we don't want to put the kitchen on the front is because in the back is this fabulous view of Niagara Falls. Well, perhaps not Niagara Falls, but there is a great view of the North Georgia mountains. That's Mount Yonah there, and here's a summertime shot of what we can achieve. And here's what the house looks like when we get done. So we're going to take that porch and the front entrance, put it to the center. We're going to add the master suite on the left-hand side, and then when we get done with it, this is what you'll see. I'm going to take you through the construction. This is out the back before we got started, and then here is after we got done. This is the left-hand side of the house where the master suite's going to be, and there's the master suite complete with porch. And we're about to start the construction. Notice that the power is on the left-hand side. That conduit at the bottom there, that's what we had to run the power through while we were building the addition on the left-hand side, because the folks lived in the house while we worked. So here we are excavating. You notice that conduit there. That's what we had to do to make sure they still had power. We've got the porch temporarily supported. Now our footings are set up for the master suite. They're setting panels. All of those paint markings are the different heights of the wall panels. So everything's going very well. Got good weather, and now we have our walls poured. This is what it looks like from the front, and you can see that great view out the back. Now we've got the walls are now waterproofed, and you can see how we've supported that porch now on new foundation. Now next thing we do is we put in plumbing for a future finish for the room that's going to be down below the master suite. We're not going to do that at this point, but someone down the road could put a room down there. Now this is an interesting part of the project, because up in the front where we're going to put the new front entrance, we've got to drill down 15 feet in order to hit something solid in order to put our foundation in. So that's what this machine is doing. He's augering all the way down, and then we set a pad up with these augered holes in there that are supported all the way down 15 feet. Now everything is set up to pour. This is the day they poured. Now our foundation is complete on the master suite side, and you can also see that the foundation is complete underneath that stack of lumber for the front porch. Next we start framing. We're coming out of the ground with everything, and it's really important to align the new foundation, the new floor system with the existing floor system. If there are any imperfections, we've got to get those corrected and adjusted for. We also added a cantilever area because our customers, after we put the foundation in, decided they want a larger room upstairs. So we did that cantilever in order to accomplish that. Where Marshall is standing is going to be the roof line, so we're going to close in that window and do a detail in the living room that looks good, and it still allows for the wood wall to maintain its integrity. Now you see that we have the rafters are all set, and this is the interior of the new master suite. It's going to have a vaulted ceiling in there, and you can start seeing that everything's taking shape now. And it almost looks like the house is being completed. For the longest time I would look at this house and think they just never finished it, but this is putting the finishing touches on the house. From the backyard you'll see that porch off the master suite. All right, now we're starting in on the front entrance. Those three windows that are underneath where Marshall's standing and the gable is, that's where the kitchen sink used to be. That kitchen's being relocated to the back side where a bedroom used to be. And that way, from the common area where people are normally living during the day, they can access the mountain view. All right, so we're still working on the front entrance. Got a nice gable with an arch detail in there. Now we're moving back over to the existing porch. We've got to fur that existing porch up so that our floor system is flush with the existing floor and the new floor. Now there's a couple of shots from up on the driveway, so you can see that the house is really taking shape. Now here's Roy, our customer, inside the kitchen. This is what the kitchen used to look like, and Arlene has closed the kitchen until further notice. So here comes the demo. Everything's got to go in that kitchen. You know, there's 3 windows I was talking about where the kitchen sink used to be. Everything on the interior, in between the kitchen and the bedroom in the back, was a bathroom. All that's got to go. It's all being opened up. The old tub has got to go, and all the walls have got to be stripped down to bare. And while we're doing this, we have to close up the area under construction so that we can keep the dust down and people still live in the house. Now everything's been opened up, and you see that our view of the North Georgia mountains is coming in through the windows. That area on the right-hand side at the floor, that used to be a porch, but we're going to do the same detail. We're going to fur it up and bring it into the house, just like we did in the front. Now this is looking in for the front door, and notice all the way through the house, when you walk through that front door, you'll be able to look at the North Georgia mountains. So we're waiting on our front door to be delivered. We got everything closed up, and here's the front door's in now. We've got our Tyvek house wrap in place, and you can see that the house is really taking shape. Now here's our plans for the kitchen. That's the you'll be looking at the front door area in that first picture, and this is the side wall of the kitchen, and what it's going to look like when we get done. This is looking through the kitchen. Everything's the construction is very clean, and a great shot from the backyard. The house is really massing out very nicely. Now, all of the mechanicals are complete at this point, and these are several pictures of the latest and greatest way of insulating a house. This is polyicinene. It's expanding foam that is blown into the wall cavities and the rafter cavities, and it does a great job of minimizing air infiltration. This is a shot in the master bath. This is in the master bedroom. Look at how well that's insulated. Because it expands, it creeps into every little corner, and it cuts down on air infiltration. Now this is in that living room. You'll see where we removed those windows and did a drywall detail. All right, drywall is now hung. It's in the finishing stages, and this is in our kitchen. Looking at it from a couple of different angles. This is in the master suite. Back behind the master suite is the master porch, looking out of the kitchen again. And we've got our tub set in place there, waiting for tile work. Got our gable hardy shakes in place. So it's really starting to look like a finished house at this point. And it looks really good. Now our stone is complete in the front. We've got a stone pillar that we added on the existing construction, and we've got a stone wainscot that goes all the way around the left-hand side of the house. So from the street, everything looks really great. Hardwood's in now, and also the base cabinets. You'll see in just a minute. Base cabinets have been installed, and we always do that first so that we can go ahead and get the templating done for the granite. This is the master shower. And here's a good shot of day one of the cabinet installation. Everything's ready for the templating. Now, looking straight through with the hardwood and what it looks like from the front again. So join us on the next one. You'll be able to see our finished video.